Alright, welcome to my Chapter 4 Season 1 Battle Pass Skins review series. So I am going to be starting with the Tier 100, the Ageless skin, as you can see right here. So you'll find the Ageless on page 13 as well as page 14. He takes up 2 pages on this season's Battle Pass. That's how you acquire him. Now, of course, I did buy tiers. That's how I have him already. So I'll be doing a full gameplay and review here on everything that you can get. So I should note that we have not had an original Tier 100 skin since Chapter 2, Season 6, and that was the Spire Assassin. And I'm happy to see that the Ageless has broken that trend. This is an original skin. It says, the snapshot left to rule an empire. So obviously, the Ageless here is a snapshot of Geno. A lot of people speculate that this obviously is an earlier snapshot of him, although I have seen people say that this is a futuristic snapshot. I don't know if I agree with that. I want to say that this is an earlier version of him, but he looks absolutely incredible. And his set is called Dominion's Dawn. So he has 2 styles, the Ageless, which is what you see here, and I don't know why, but this totally reminds me of a Final Fantasy VII character. I get Sephiroth vibes from this guy, and it's amazing. So he's got a big old medieval sword that's amazing. He's got some awesome armor. It's not protruding. It's just a well thought out skin, in my opinion, based on his appearance. His face looks good. His hair looks good. He looks awfully smug, and I love it. Such a great looking design. An amazing character, in my opinion. Now, of course, I'm a little biased because I love everything medieval. I'm a huge medieval fan, and this is right up my alley. So, just in case you don't like this style, his secondary style is called the Ageless Champion. Now, I understand this might not be for everyone, but there's a fix to that. So this is what the full outfit looks like. You can see he's got a crown up there and a big helm, which does have a lot of protrusions to it. The armor has a lot of spikies on the shoulders as well, but it looks really clean compared to the first style. If you want that massive suit of armor on, you can do that. Now let's say you don't like it. Well, down here is the Armored Helm Styles section. So this is the default, what you see right here. The second style takes the crown away. So you may not know what I'm talking about when I say crown, but watch when I select the second style, you'll see what goes away. Boom. That little arch in the back is what they refer to as a crown. So do you see that? You can barely see it from the front, but when you spin around right there, that golden arch or half circle, and it just goes away right there. So it doesn't do much there, but just in case you don't like that for some reason, you can take it off. Now, if you don't like the helm, you can take that off as well and leave the suit of armor on, which is amazing because not everyone likes those protrusions from the big helm. So that is really, really clean. I love that you can do that. Now, the best part about this is that what you choose here will stay for the built-in emote. So let me show you what I mean by that. He does have a built-in emote. It's called Call to Arms. So I'll be honest, it's a bit weird. This stance right there, it looks a bit goofy in my opinion. The way he stomps his foot forward and makes that weird shouty face, it just looks a little strange to me. It's cool, don't get me wrong, that the armor just appears and flies right on you. It looks like his chest lights up too. Let's see. Well, his whole body lights up, and then the armor appears and just flies right on you. So the de-armoring is way better. He floats up in the sky, and it just comes right off. But I don't know. When I see him do that foot stomp, it just looks a little goofy, in my opinion. So definitely, the armor being removed is way better looking, visually. Now, remember what I said. Whatever you pick for the skin will happen here. So I have the full set of armor on, and that's what happens. So let's go back in here, and we'll put it so just the helmet is off. And then we'll save it like that. Now, when you do the built-in emote, you're going to get the exact same thing. The helmet is going to be off. So that's great. I'm glad it just doesn't put the whole suit of armor on with the built-in emote. So that's one of my favorite parts about this, is that you can run both styles in the same match just by doing the built-in emote. That's the best part about a built-in emote. Some of them don't function like that, but this one 100% does. So I'm going to start with the full armored helm equipped so that when we transform, we can see what it looks like when we aim down sights and things like that. Now the back bling is really cool as well. It's called the Protector of the Pledge. It says, Hold fast against all enemies. Now, unfortunately, it does not have any styles, but it's secretly reactive, as I'll show you. It's interactable with the pickaxe, and it does something super unique, but it doesn't say it's reactive. As you can see right there, there's no reactive tag on it. So here's the pickaxe, the Eternal Edge. Really clean. It says, "To the wielder goes the throne." What a nice looking sword. And again, I'll show you how it interacts with the back bling. It's got a crisp sounding swing, a nice splash effect, assuming it's got a nice contrail as well, but we'll see. Next up is the Commander's Descent Glider. Now, a lot of people are super excited for this one, and let me tell you why. Because in Chapter 2, Season 8, we had this right here, the Queen's Procession. Now, sadly, only the Queen could use it. So a lot of people were really upset by that. Such a cool glider, only usable by one single character. Well, it's pretty much identical to the Ageless's glider here. Look at the steps coming down and even that little object underneath. And then look at the Cube Queen. Same thing, steps coming down, object underneath, same walk, same everything, just a little bit different on the animation. So finally, any character can use this. It's not exclusive to Geno. Anyone can use it, which makes it one of the cooler gliders in the game. Now, sadly, he does not have a contrail, and the wrap is a little disappointing. The color scheme is phenomenal. It matches quite nicely, but there's no reactivity and there's no animation. So here we go. We're going to hop into a match. I'm going to show you everything in the set, and I'll show you the secret reactivity as well. All right, here we go. Check out that deploy on the Commander's Descent. Just amazing. And it looks so clean when you're just like this. However, when you move forward, it does get a bit goofy because you kind of jog and it looks a little strange. I much prefer him walking. I wish you would walk like this when you go forward, but unfortunately you pick up the pace and it doesn't look as cool. And when you go backwards, you kind of walk backwards. So why couldn't they walk forwards when you're going fast? So we had the same issue with the Cube Queen's glider, but still, a lot of people think it's one of the best gliders in the game. I wish he would walk. Look how much cooler it looks when he walks. I don't like that he picks the pace up like that. So when you go left, he kind of leans to the left. When you go right, same thing. And of course, as I showed you, going backwards, we'll have him walk backwards, not jog. Pretty cool, though. I love the deploy. All the stairs just appearing all around you. Phenomenal. One of the coolest gliders for sure. So I'm not going to lie, I recorded this entire thing. I went to go edit it, and it didn't pick up my voice for some reason. It recorded like 10 minutes of my voice and an hour worth of gameplay. So I have to redo this whole thing. So if I'm not as elaborate, that's why. I'm a little irritated that I have to come back and re-record this. So first off, you can see, ooh, the full nighttime effect. He looks tremendous. Look at how amazing this skin looks. The wrap, the color scheme, and the front of the character has a nice glow on his chest. There's like an emblem. Let me do nailed it here so you can see. Yeah, look how phenomenal he looks. I just love this character. The blue, the silver, a little bit of gold in there. Like I said, the wrap, unfortunately, doesn't do anything, but the color scheme is still amazing. So I want you to focus on the back bling here. So it's just a normal shield right now, and there's that little bar right across where that hole is. Now, when you withdraw the pickaxe, watch what happens. The hole opens up, and the back bling expands. So then when you put the pickaxe away, watch what happens. It literally goes inside, and then turns and locks itself, and the pickaxe is inside the shield. So watch again when you pull it out. The hole opens up, the back bling expands. Then when you put it away, the sword itself goes in the back bling. The bar twists and turns, and then it locks itself away. How cool is that? A secretly reactive back bling and interactable with the pickaxe. I love it. Now when you pull the pickaxe out, it does make a noise. The best I can describe it is a glimmer noise. And it goes straight up the blade. So that's pretty sweet. Just a really, really clean looking skin, pickaxe and back bling. So I already tested this in my previous recording, but there's no reactivity, as you can see. Let me get in a limb. Nothing happens. The only reactivity is, like I showed you, the interactable nature of the back bling and the pickaxe. Let's get a pickaxe elimination, see if it does anything special. chop this guy up. Sounds pretty good. Let's check the contrail on the pickaxe. Look at that. Nice white, clean contrail. And as we saw in the locker, there's a nice splash effect too. I believe it's a white color. A nice golden white explosion, as you can see right there. That's phenomenal. Very clean. I didn't know there were trees that you could knock over, just like last chapter. That's cool. Yeet. So here's the built-in call to arms emote. Like I said, the posture is a little bit goofy with that foot slamming forward like that. And then the D armor is really clean. You kind of hover in the sky for a minute and the armor sheds off of you. One more time. Boom! The armor just appears. That's really cool. Check this out. Look how sweet he looks in this. So amazing. That full armor is just incredible. The front no longer glows as much because most of the armor is covering up that chest piece that glows. Now, as for aiming, it's a little obstructive. You can see that the crown is a little pointy, and same thing for the helmet. And then the shoulder pads also a little pointy, but it's not as bad as I anticipated. So with a smaller weapon such as an SMG, you can see around the character quite easily. But with a shotgun, you're zoomed in more, so you can see how you lose a little bit of the depth perception on the left. Watch again with an SMG. Plenty of room to see on your left there. But with a shotgun, it's so zoomed in that you kind of lose a little field of view. So it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so I took the full helmet off, so let's do the built-in call to arms emote again. So now you can clearly see his head still, and to me, I like this a little bit better. I'm not a big fan of helmets or hats in this game, so I think I personally would prefer it without the helmet. But the ADS is pretty much the same. You can see when you aim down sights, it's a little hard to see still with the shoulder pads. And even with his face being displayed, it's about the same as with the helmet on. Obviously, you just get a little more area that you can view above your head because you don't have the crown or the helmet, so it's not too bad. So there you go. That is the Tier 100 skin in Chapter 4, Season 1, and I am in love. One of the best original Tier 100 skins we've ever had. It's not flashy. There's not really much animated to it. It doesn't have any extraordinary reactivities, but what it does have is originality. I love that the back bling interacts with the pickaxe. I love that the glider can be used by anyone. I love that the built-in emote can flawlessly transition you to your secondary style, and you can even customize it a bit further by taking the helmet on or off. The only drawback to this skin that I can see is, number one, it doesn't have a contrail, and number two, the wrap is nothing flashy. It's just a standard wrap, which is a little disappointing for a Tier 100 skin. Normally you at least get some reactivity or a little animation, but this one has nothing. However, with that said, the color scheme is on par with the skin itself, and you can run it with both styles, so that's a win in my book. So it could just be my love for medieval knights or medieval characters speaking here, but I think this is one of the best Tier 100 skins we've ever had. Let me know if you agree. Would you rather prefer another collab Tier 100 skin? I feel like those are awesome at the start. You run them a few times, and then you give up on them. Whereas with the original skins, I feel like you're more inclined to use them more often. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. So there you go. The Ageless, aka Geno. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my supporter creator code, which is tabortime.